Oh, hey guys! And I said that, and like, cat's laying right here. I give him a little pat, and he's like, Brow! You know, he's always been like a little cooer and a little bropper. Hi, little shithead. As my stomach growls. So posted a picture. Okay, first off, by the time you see this video, it will be pretty late into January. So, I mean, if you're already paying attention right here, oh shit, right here, you know it's white. No, it's not the Volvo. I might give a little tease of that. But I think this will be like mid to, what, third or fourth week of January? Or second or third week? I don't know. This will come out. But you saw in that picture that I had a service truck outside the Yellow Banana. Yellow Banana was put to rest. It's Old Yeller now. Old Yeller? Whatever, whatever one you want to say. It was shut down. Alright, so what happened? Ironically, the same fucking issue that I had last December. For those who've been around the channel, for, a couple of years, but specifically more so last December, and kind of remember things as, some people call it my adventures, my last story. Yeah. Life's so interesting. Whatever. That last December, the JCT truck, that white Freightliner, lost his def header. So pretty much this is the little. All right, so the def tank has, the little plastic tank. It's plastic, and it's and def fluid. For those who don't know, it's like 70% water, and the rest of it's like synthetic urea. So no, it's not fucking piss. Yes, it fucking stinks when it's doing a regen. You really could tell when a truck's doing a regen, because yeah, it does smell horrible. It does smell like you will have an ammonia smell to it. Not quite as strong as cat urine, but you can smell it. Oh, hi, cat. Don't you? Hey, get out of here. Thought he was gonna bump the phone. He thought about it. He thought about walking across the phone before I pushed him away. That the def header, so meaning the tubes that go from the tank, that also has like the def sensor, meaning how full the tank is or how empty it is. It also preheats as the pump grabs it, because the pump's on the other side of the truck. So it's a really. Do you mind? All right, lay there. Cat's half the video. I guess it's like a third. I'll try to stay out of his his fat head out of the way. We can only do what I can do so far. But it pumps over there, so on the right side of the truck, where also the one box is, which not all trucks have one box. Because the one box means it's all one giant unit. Some of the trucks generally have them separated. Cat, I can only scoot over so much. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. See the shit I gotta put up with in this truck? 50K from driving. When I got the yellow truck, the reason why I like keeping the curtains closed in the other Freightliner is because he would get on the bed and then jump right here. When you're driving down the fucking road, and all of a sudden you feel this, because he yanks the seat back because his fucking fat ass is 15 pounds. It kind of sucks. I think he's kind of just laying there. I don't know what he's looking at. What are you looking at? Psst. What are you looking at? Come on, camera, focus. On me. There we go. It's trying to focus on him. You're not I guess you are the star of the show, aren't you? Yeah. Don't remember what the fuck I was. Oh, not all trucks have a one box. I think almost all trucks have kind of gone to the one box where it's all just one unit, but I think there's like one more that's not quite there yet, where it's still separated. You done? You done, cat? Don't look at me like that. So yellow truck. I obviously. Oh goddamn! He's. I'll block him out. He starts licking my hand. Yeah, there you go, Cat. Show everybody you like to lick skin. Perv. Nobody needs to see your fucking teeth. Cat, do you mind? Look at this rookie videographer over here. Alright, so. I saved that load to surviving that storm, right? And by saving a load, I mean I picked up in North Platte, hurried up boogied because it was over the Christmas weekend. I got over to Winchester, Virginia. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking run it hard, push it hard over there, because that's 2 full round trips. That's like what 300 miles or so, some change like that. So I mean, or 3,000 something like that. I don't know. I think it was like 3,000 miles total. But I have like 30 hours left of my 70 by the time I get back over there. So I'm like, I have plenty of time. I'll get a reset in. So I start following next week. Great, right? Yeah. So I got over there. Ooh, cat. Ooh, cat. Ooh, cat. You ain't no shit. And he's got a personality. So I got over to Winchester, parked it. I don't remember when I got there. I think I got there like 40 hours early because it would have delivered on Tuesday, which is what, 28th, I believe. Don't remember when I parked in Winchester though. First day was fine. Truck even did a passive regen, and I call it passive a soft regen. What that means is the truck pretty much ramps up like it's doing a regen, but it doesn't, like, it just does, like, it's a really, really short one. It's just really enough to like bring it down to a certain level, meaning the filter, that is, certain level, until you get rolling again, or you do a park regen. So either get at the highway speeds, because for those who don't know how these systems work, you get the highway speeds where you get the temperature up, and then as you're rolling, it will use the heat the heat of your engine as a booster. So it kind of just, because it needs a lot of heat. I forget what it gets, like at the 500 degrees or something like that. That's what it gets up to. It kind of burns the shit out. But like when you're going to the highway, since you're working the truck, it will start doing it then. So those are rolling regens. Pretty much 99% of the regens are, for those who just don't, idle nonstop. And then rarely do you get park regens. Like I think my JCT truck, I only did like one, maybe two. And I know really the one I can really recall is that the first day I got the truck, it's like students got in it, or not students, but people checking it out got in it. Also, ironically, the battery is dead. So they got in it, let it run a lot, kind of checked it out. Also killed the battery. And then I had to get, like when I got it, I just said park regen, and then I went out. And they will let you know when it needs a park regen. But like I said, it's rare. Because usually what happens when you do a highway regen, it gets halfway full on a little dash, and then as soon as it gets halfway full in your highway speeds, it just naturally, you won't even know it's doing it, because the RPMs don't ramp up or nothing, because it's already at highway, the RPM range for that. Actually it's more, because like for example on the park regen, I think it's like 12, it goes between 1100 like 1300. It just does this back and forth. But like highway speeds, for example 70, depending on your gear ratio, like this truck, it's about what, 1425-ish. It's got a slightly high gear ratio. But most trucks are like, the last truck, JCT truck was 70 was 13, I think it was like 1350, 1320, something like that, somewhere in that range. Okay, don't be a terrorist. You done terrorizing me? So that, like I said, I the first day was fine. I go to like check on the truck to get, because it's now in the morning or actually I was check on the truck the night before, and I said park regen required. I was like, all right, I'll do park regen. 2.5 hours into it, I was like, let's take a little longer than normal, which it can't happen. Like a park regen usually is 20 minutes to an hour. They're usually done within an hour. Especially on newer trucks. The older, like when the submission systems first came out, they were known to take much, much longer. But these new ones, pretty much 2017 plus, or 2017 and newer, are really quick. So I called Penske and I was like, "You guys seen any codes? Because like the only code on my truck was saying park region required." They're like, "Yeah, we're seeing that." And I was like, "Okay, well," I was like, "This truck is doing a really really long regen." And he's like, "Well, I know it's rare, but we just had one last week where I did it 5 hours." And I was like, "Oh, well, I mean, okay. I mean, I guess I can go to bed." But he was like, "Do I need to send roadside out?" You know, and I was like, I'll see what happens when I'm sleeping, you know. By the way, keep this in mind too. Remember, that yellow truck was burning a gallon of fuel an hour because it was high idle all the time. So now with the regens, it ramps up even higher. And it's not. It's really ramped up. I was probably spending about 2, maybe 2.5. But anyways, I went to bed. Woke up about 6 hours later. And it was still going on. It's like, okay. And the weirdest part about this was during this whole park regen, I got 2 pop-ups, I believe, saying filter approaching full, park regen required, during the fucking middle of the park regen. Like, I was literally doing it and it was still saying pop-up filter getting full. I was like, okay. So I called Penske and I was like, yeah, I just spent 9 hours doing a regen and nothing happened. It's even told me, I woke up to a message saying filter getting full to park regen in the middle of regen. And she's like, okay, we'll send somebody out there. And that was that picture of, you know, the service truck. And I was like, I wonder what the fuck is going on this time. Because 2 weeks before that, I had another one, the roadside repair. Oh, I got 34 hours. That was, well, ironically, it's parked right over here on the off ramp where I am now. Where I'm at now is North Bend, TA. Very very gloomy. That's why there's not a light in here. It's 15:50. So still plenty of daylight, as you can tell over here in the window. It's pretty cloudy. A lot of rain. Pretty quiet here so far, though. This lot's kind of empty, which is weird. So they send somebody out, and he hooks up the computer. He starts another park regen, so you could get some, vitals. Just seeing what the system's saying. Pretty much vitals. You get a reading, and he lets it run for about 20-30 minutes, smokes a cigarette, during that time, and it's like, comes back, looks at it, it's like, well, I can't fix this. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, that whole, your whole, pretty much the brain of the emissions system, emissions control module, I believe, pretty much tells the whole system how to behave and how to run and how to do everything for it. It also talks to the truck itself. It's all fucked, as he called it. So now there's also the second emissions system, or second emissions problem, in 2 weeks. To be fair to the truck, though, so the DEF pump and DEF header, that's a very common issue on the Freightliners, and usually it's a campaign problem, especially I think it's on DEF header, one of the two. But once you get those replaced, if you're not doing excessive idling, that problem's pretty much solved. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to be replaced eventually anyways, like all pumps, but that's a pretty easy problem to fix, and generally it's a campaign. So really what the campaign means is they identified the problem, they made a revision to it, so the original problem that started everything isn't going to happen. So that was cool. So I'm sitting there for a couple hours. Haven't heard nothing about the tow. I already booked a hotel, which kind of pisses me off. I spent money. I was like, I'm getting ready to go to fucking dealerships. And it's like 2 miles down the road. Literally, it was 2 exits down the road. Actually, one exit. It was the next exit south and 2 miles. I was like, I'm gonna look for a hotel. It was like $150 in taxes, which is fucking stupid. If you advertise a fucking price at like $89, somehow because $150, you can go fuck yourself. Like, that blows my fucking mind. Like, I think a hotel price should have the taxes included. Because it's hard to fucking tell how much a room's gonna cost when you have to go through the whole almost damn near whole checkout system before it even tells you the price. But I get a call 2 hours later, no tow truck still, and the lady's like, "This is selling stuff for Penske. So your truck's gonna get towed?" I was like, "Yeah, kind of knew that already." She's like, "Would you like a loaner?" I was like, "Well, I'm OTR guy. Last time this happened, he offered me a day cab, pretty much." I was like, "I'm not holding my breath, but sure." And she's like, "We actually got a few." I was like, "Really?" She's like, "We will go ahead and call the tow guy, have him come pick it up, and bring it to you, and have him call you with an ETA." And I was like, "All right, what is it?" You know, and she's like, "It's a 1 year older truck, so it's 21, Freightliner Cascadia, and it's about 50 miles away." I was like, "Oh, okay." And well, randomly just shows up, no call. So I was like, I was sitting on the bunk just gaming away because at least I still have power. And it was relatively warm. I mean, it was like 40 degrees. So when you've been, almost a 50. I was actually anywhere from a 40 to 60 degree difference in warmer in temperature than what I'd been dealing with the last like fucking 5 days before that. So truck was off and I was pretty warm. Truck randomly shows up though. I was like, I went out there. I was like, thought you were gonna call me, or somebody was gonna call me, let me know you're gonna be here. I'm not packed up. He's like, "Oh, okay, no worries." You know, I was like, "Are you the same one taking the truck? You know, this truck back?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, cool. But do you mind, you know, because I don't know if I'm getting that truck back. So do you mind just, you know, waiting around while I literally unload and transfer everything over?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead. Cool." Really friendly tow guy. He took advantage of it and he had lunch at the same time. So, you know, I don't think he was really complaining either way. Gave him a break. He was able to eat. I can definitely vouch during my towing times that food was a goddamn luxury. Because sometimes you're like, non-stop calls and it's really annoying. God, I don't remember the tow company, but props. Like that dude was really, really friendly. And he didn't have to be. But he was also, he was getting ready to go deal with more traffic for another hour, going back to where he just came from. So the Yellow Banana was put down, at least for me. Good fucking riddance for that fucking truck. Because also, you guys remember, no bunk heat. This truck technically has no bunk heat. Well, the normal bunk heater, so I mean the Webasto, whatever, or the other options. For those who don't know how general bunk heats work in the trucks, it's pretty much, for most companies, a bunk heat is almost considered standard. And then what it is that usually it's a single vent underneath the bunk that has a box attached to it that goes down to the fuel tank. And it just draws fuel. It's fuel powered. And it ramps up, charges a cell. It uses very little fuel. It's like a 0.1 gallon per hour. It's really fucking hot. Everybody's fucking first rookie mistake in the truck is when they're sitting in the truck, the truck's not even moving, and they turn the heat on, is they have their bare skin within a foot and a half reach, and that's close enough to fucking literally scald your skin. Like, it will feel like you're on fire. The rest of the area is fine, but you'll learn very, very quickly to not put bare skin within a foot and a half, like half circle around that area, because it gets insanely hot. And it does hurt. It will turn your skin red almost instantly. Because it burns. It's very efficient. A little too efficient. But can't wait to get wear glasses. Goal for a couple of years from now. LASIK. And get rid of these. Damn, it's raining pretty good out here now. You might start hearing it on the video here soon. I mean, it's not like heavy rain. It's just very consistent. So what'd they bring me? Obviously another white Freightliner. Keyword white, obviously. Now, it appears to be a team truck that a company spec'd out, that ran doubles. I don't know, for FedEx, UPS, Old Dominion, whoever. There's a few doubles company out here. How do I know this? Damn pintle hook on the back of the truck. So it's kind of cool, I guess, because of the bonus of that, the truck's also geared a little better. So this truck on foot does 73. Well, 73 to 74. It seems to be like 73 and a half. Cruise 70. So having that passing speed, that extra passing, it kind of helps. It does make a big difference. It does have optimized idle comfort, so that does mean it has battery packs in the frame underneath the catwalk. It's got the little plastic evaporator. And I'm pointing, but you can't see it. But the evaporator in the back of the truck, kind of like an APU, same little condenser and evaporator thingy. It's got tubes to connect down to whatever, the metal tubes, metal piping. And so it also means that the truck will auto start and run for 2 hours to charge the batteries. That's a normal optimized idle that just monitor batteries. Then there's comfort. I'm still learning how to use the system. It's kind of new to me, so it seems like in order to get heat, I need the comfort mode on the truck to like turned on, like because when you start optimized idle, you have to go through the dash, right? I'm gonna also get the TLDR how to go through the system. Okay, so you turn the truck off, let it kill all itself automatically, toggle it to get power, so all the gauges cycled. You don't crank, like do not crank. And then you go over to the, I think it's like the second from the left, go all the way down to the bottom, optimize idle, and hit OK and just go through the little settings, and you'll see like a little green engine with a little circle. It means it's turned on. So it's like, for example, standby mode, engine may start and stop automatically. It's on. Then I go into the bunk, and it's like I full control of the temperature back there now. But I think I can only get heat with comfort mode turned on in the engine. It's fucking honestly too fucking cold to test the AC, and if I need the engine on or if it uses battery pack. I'm assuming it could use battery pack because there's 4 batteries. But I don't know. Like, I haven't got that far yet because the house is too fucking cold, and I haven't been anywhere even near the fucking warmth to try it. Like, if I got to Arizona, it'd be perfect time, or perfect time to test it. But I've only been to Arizona like 3 times with this company, so yeah. So that kind of sucks. Now I'm like I said, the truck does 70. About 14, like 25, 14, 50. Unlike the PACCAR, I don't get exact RPM like read. I only get these little dashes, like, and I can only roughly estimate. And then at 73, it's like 15, slightly over 15. So it's like 15, 20, 15, 30, somewhere in that range. It definitely pulls hills better. It's got a bigger fuel tank. It's got 120 on the driver and 100 on the passenger side. It's got a 505 on the 505 horsepower, so it is much beefier than that fucking yellow banana that was, oh my god, awful. It was like 400 with like 460 rears, did nothing. Now what am I getting for fuel mileage? That part of those sucks. Okay, so at least I could turn it off. So between the yellow banana, this one is saving me money. I would probably estimate about $400 to $500 a week. Not quite the $700 because, well, I still got to turn the engine on. Well, optimize idle. It doesn't use as much fuel because it only runs for like 2 hours most, and it maybe be like once every 24 hours. So like that will guarantee run. I'm gonna do a 34. That will guarantee run at least once here. But the other one runs anywhere from, I think, up to 15 minutes. So comfort mode, it starts out, runs for 15 minutes, turns off. All it is it gets the truck up to temp to what you set it, and then it's just back up, and it just monitors it and keeps it going. So that's not too bad because it's like if it's gallon or half a gallon an hour or at normal idle, so it's a gallon an hour. So it's it's not too bad because it does ramp up to do that. When it optimizes idle, it will go up to like 900 RPM, and that's what will run until it's, because it also charges the batteries too. So it'll crank up, hold the RPMs to charge batteries, every time it starts up. So it'll at least start the batteries off, even if it's only 15 minutes off. It'll try to add some juice to them. Now, I did say I'll give you a little tease since we're 25 minutes into this fucking video and all I do is ramble, it seems. What the fuck's going on with the Volvo? Alright, so I don't know if I mentioned it at all. Both Volvos are at the dealership. And when I say both, it's because there's me and the other guy. They're both the Penske trucks. 2 drivers are in them. There's another driver's in the... I feel bad for him because he's in a 13-liter Freightliner Cascadia, which is even more awful than the one I was in, who also has the same setup, meaning it was bare minimum. No bunk heat, nothing. So he has to idle to stay warm or cool. And so both of the trucks are now at the Volvo, and they've been there for like, what, 3? At least it's 2 weeks. Mine was the one that showed up last, but it just randomly showed up. Why are they there and why don't we have them? Because they didn't build it all the way to spec. It's missing a couple things. Problem is, though, they don't know. It wasn't our doing. There's proof of it. But now they're trying to figure out who's going to cover the cost, because it isn't cheap. It's going to be about 30 grand, maybe 40 grand for everything missing between the 2 trucks. Who's going to pay for it? Is it going to be Penske or is it going to be Volvo? Who's doing it? And it has like 4 different company heads involved, plus our company. So it's pretty much ring around the fucking rosy of all this Spider-Man. I mean, pointing at each other. You. It's like, fucking just, But according to Penske, they are going to make it right. It's just going to take time. That's what we're waiting on. It's a waiting game. Now, am I in this truck until then? Yes. Is it possible that I could be in this truck? Because, by the way, companies, okay, even though my truck's technically here, does the company have to accept it? No, because it's not what they ordered. So until it's either it's fixed, then they accept it, or B, they're told take it or leave it, then I don't know. I may be stuck in this truck. I may go somewhere else and build a new one, or just start a new build or whatever. And I told my guy, my company, I was like, I'll be one to do that in this truck at least. Only because this truck has an ability, as you notice. Do you hear the engine running? I sure don't. God, I'm getting I need a haircut. Yeah, I know. That fucking my skin's very oily. And it doesn't seem like my skin likes cotton pillowcases. So, but I don't like the feel of polyester pillowcases on my face. So, also polyester grabs fur and dirt very, very easily. And when you got a little fucking shithead of an animal that must lay with you, either under the blankets or on top of the blankets, but he won't get himself under the blankets. So what he'll do is he'll come sit on the pillow next to me and just sit there and fucking wait, because he knows I'll feel it eventually. So I lift the blanket up so he can get under. That's what he does when he was under the blanket, even though he can get himself under the blanket by himself, which he does sometimes when I don't wake up, I guess. And that's what I'm talking about. I feel like just see his ear go, huh. Yeah, you shithead. So that's what's going on. Even with all that extra money I've been burning on fuel, am I saving money? Yeah. It was a little bit delayed. Also due to some bills I was playing catch up on due to the whole, I don't know, everything was staggered together, grouped together, and it was just staggered. Switching jobs isn't exactly cheap. Then there's that stagger of you getting kind of caught up into the system and not playing catch up for a couple weeks. And then getting, paying that some bills. And I'm projecting, I am going home in March. I did have to push home time out by an extra 2 months, but that was really just because of the first couple of months. I started making money, really started making money in middle of November. But I was still throwing money at bills, like extra money. When I say bills, I don't mean like I was suffocating. I was like drowning or whatever. I mean, I've thrown extra money on bills because I'm preparing to buy a house. So even saving money for that is considered a bill. So I'm getting ready to buy a house. It's probably a year or two out. Because I really need a good year or two for those who never bought a house at 1099 to get the average. So I really need another year or two of, 90, 100K, showing. Especially since I don't really pay taxes because that should be your fucking goal. I don't understand why people think not paying taxes means you're fucking broke, but that just means you take full advantage of all tools there. My second year though, I don't know. No, I got a reefer. Probably just heard that. But I am starting to build up money. I am now ahead of all that, but quite a bit. So I should be going home in March about from 7 to 9. So that's also including, because all of February, because I still got to pay the truck payment while I'm home. So pretty much it also means I'll be losing an extra $850 per week in February to cover home time. So that's the kind of mindset you gotta have when you're an owner-op. It's like, yeah, I'm not an owner-op, blah, 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 blah. Fucking eat it. But when you're paying for everything yourself, you can't just look at it this month. You gotta look at it a couple months ahead. So, yeah. I don't know. Whenever the fuck I'm out of this truck, you guys see that video, you'll see. I'm most likely gonna do another pace up video this summer. I need to get out of this truck first. I need the whole setup of how my normal setup, my normal truck, everything. Because like Volvo's gonna get better MPG than this thing. Because it's a smaller motor. It's gonna be more fuel oriented. I don't know anything about a fucking Volvo, so there's that. I mean, I don't know its quirks. Learning a new truck's gonna suck. I know a Freightliner pretty fucking well, because I've been in, it's my fourth one, but I was started training in Freightliner night, had an international night, and then, when I went reefer side, or dry side, I got a Freightliner, then I went to GT, had a Freightliner, so this is actually the fifth one I've been in, but the fourth one that's actually been my mine truck. It's kind of nice to have a company that kind of worries about my best interest, even though I'm technically not a company guy. It's kind of nice. But anyways, you guys stay safe out there. I'm gonna go get some food because I'm fucking hungry, and I'm pretty sure the cat's ready to go to bed. Listen to me stop talking. So hey, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.